Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 9.0, and today is day 5. So yesterday we talked about adding a contact into Command through single entry options, which is certainly effective, but probably not the most efficient way to add contacts to your database, especially if you have a large group of them. So today we're going to talk about importing a CSV or Excel spreadsheet of contacts into Command and show you how to map each one of those fields. So here is a look at the document that we're going to use, and massive props to my good friend Brooke Silva. She's Director of Learning and Technology at Austin One, and she created this spreadsheet. So we're going to use this. Now these are all fictional characters with fictional information, including their emails, phone numbers, addresses. I've got some notes, some tags, a source, and birthday, right? So all of that information, but I want to bring in all this information about these contacts all at once. You can imagine if you had a list of people maybe from work or church or school or former jobs, you know, it could be the wedding invite list, anything along those lines that you want to bring in bulk. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go into contacts. I'm going to click on import here in the top right hand corner. And then it's going to allow me to either drag and drop or go browse my file explorer to find the file. So we're going to do that off camera real quick. Here's Brooke's fictional character list. So I've got that set up, and now I'm going to click on continue. Now it does need to be a CSV file as a heads up. This could also be an import of contacts from a previous database as well. So when we do that import, essentially it goes and finds the column headers for each one of the columns that we had on that list. You can see we've got these purple tooltips that are sort of walking us through the process. But next up, we basically just need to map the column headers on our spreadsheet with specific command fields. So first name, I'm going to click there. You can see first name here at the very top. I'm going to map that field inside my CSV sheet to the command field. So last name, email. Now I can go and come down here. I can see primary email. Next up, we've got phone. You can also type in this bar, so you can start searching for everything that says phone. So there's primary phone. I've got address line 1, so I'm just going to type in address. And there we go. I've got primary address line 1. Kind of important distinction. If you've got all of your address on one column, then you could use primary address. If it's broken up, then you're going to want to break up the import as well. So I've got line 1, I've got a primary address line 2, I've got primary address city, then we've got state, then we've got zip. You can see I'm typing in each one of these in the box just to make it easier to find it in the drop down. Next up, we've got notes, so I can type in notes. I know that's a field in command. Then we've got tags. Now tags is the only one that you can map multiple columns to. It is important in your CSV file though that you separate the columns. So you have tag in column D, and then tag 2 in column E, and tag 3 in column F. Just making sure each one of those tags is separated. I do have a source, so let's type in source, and there's lead source, and then birthday. Finally, I can type in birthday. I can spell birthday right. There we go. All right. So here are each of the columns in my CSV file, and then each of the fields I want those mapped to inside of command. Now I can click on continue, and it's going to give me sort of a heads up. Hey, this is what this is going to look like. So you can see here are the 11 fake contacts that we're bringing in, and here's what the actual contact record is going to look like. So it's important that you go through and sort of take a look. Okay, did the name come over? Yep. Did the phone number come over? Yep. Did the email come over? Yep. Tags look good. Lead source looks good. Address looks good. Birthday looks good. Okay, was there any additional information I was attempting to map that didn't come over? Nope, all looks good. From there, I can click on finalize import, and it'll say, okay, hey, your contacts are being imported. It'll take a little while depending on the file size. We'll send you a notification once you're good to go. So I'm going to go back to contacts. Now you can see my notification bell here at the top has gone off. So we can click on that, and it says, hey, your requested contact import failed. All right, so that's interesting. Let's find out why. So I'm going to click on download log, and we're going to look at that CSV file and see what happened. So you can see some of the contacts came in, but not all of them. If I scroll all the way over to the right, you can see, I had some duplicate phone numbers. So this primary phone number is already in use. I used 555, I think, on all of those phone numbers. So double dipped. Okay, cool. I know that these two contacts didn't come in. If I want to bring them back in, I could always come over and go back to my CSV file or use this CSV file. I wouldn't recommend using this actual CSV file because it has so many columns you're not going to need. But I could go back to my original source file and take out or change the phone numbers for Freda or Marge. I'm going to go ahead and close this out, though, and we're going to do a quick refresh, and I believe most of those contacts should have come over. If we refresh our screen, there we go. Now we've got all but 2 of the contacts have come in. We can see we've got phone numbers, we've got emails, we've got all of that information. We can kind of check and click on each one of these and see, okay, we've got the information, everything kind of came in. We've got our notes, we've got neighborhoods subscribed. We'll get more into neighborhoods later. But a successful import aside from those 2 contacts. Now, if I do want to come back and say, wait, which contacts were they? Remember your notification bell. Even though I read that notification, I can always come over here to the red column, and here is that notification, and I can download that log again. And again, just kind of check out, okay, which ones was it? Okay, it was Freda and Marge. I'm going to close this. I'm going to open up my original CSV file, make the edits, and then I could choose to either re-import just those 2 contacts, or I could manually add them if I wanted to. Now, really important note, when you are importing contacts, you cannot bring in duplicates in hopes that it will update missing information. So for example, if I have a new spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet actually has more information than my original spreadsheet, but it has the same people with the same phone numbers and emails, it will not bring in that information. So command looks for duplicates using phone number and email. So you can't overwrite a contact and add additional information. So just kind of a heads up there. If for any reason that original CSV file was missing information and I wanted to, I could go in and archive and then delete the contacts. We'll get to that at a later step, and then bring in the new contacts if I wanted. But this is a pretty quick and easy way, especially with previous databases or lists of contacts that you may have for different reasons, to bring those in all at once. Definitely take the time. Make sure the CSV is as complete as possible, that it's clean, that it's got all the information, tags are in separate columns, everything looks good, and then bring that in. Tomorrow, we're going to go into one of the final steps of adding a ton of contacts to your database. One of the quickest, sometimes a little controversial ways of creating a database, that's going to be adding contacts from your phone. Stay tuned for that. As always, I hope you're having a fantastic day and look forward to talking to you again real soon.